Dean Takahashi is the lead writer for GamesBeat, a subsidiary of VentureBeat. Recently, he had exclusive access to a new game called Cuphead, which has been highly anticipated over the past year. His gameplay has drawn a lot of attention, some for the pure joy in watching him fail, but from others who are saying that his gameplay highlights an ineptitude of video game journalists. To give you some backstory, Dean Takahashi has written books on gaming, and has been reviewing games since 1999, according to his Twitter. With someone having this much trouble completing a tutorial in mind, it leads me to believe that he might have been impaired, as in drunk or on pills. The reason I say this is that even children have the ability to solve problems like this with greater success.
What do you think you should do to get over that pillar?
Jump and down, then jump and dash, and do down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think that's what you should do?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Dean's gameplay brought to light at least one question to people's minds. How can you trust game reviews from somebody who is likely not skilled enough to finish a game? How can somebody who does not understand simple platforming gaming mechanics lecture or praise a game at all? Another criticism is that Dean belongs to Game Journal Pros, a group of journalists that coordinate their stories and reviews. This just plays even more into the Gamergate mythos. Whether this is the case or not, Dean's association with Game Journal Pros should not be ignored, nor should his game reviews be taken seriously in the future, at least if this is the extent of his skill. Dean has since written an official apology in the form of a long article, which I think is unnecessary. Perhaps Dean should just stick to Telltale games and other walking simulators, if you can't figure out how to jump over objects at least. It's okay to not be good at games, but if you are in a career reviewing video games and you have been active for almost 2 decades, surely you can see why some people might say that you are unfit for gaming journalism if you struggle this much with basic controls in a 2D side-scrolling shooter. Again, there is no need to apologize, but perhaps you should play some more video games on your downtime, things that you're unfamiliar with, so that way when it comes to reviewing a game you have a little bit of credibility in regards to its difficulty curve and its game mechanics. Because if you can't figure out how to jump and do all of the things in the basic tutorial, then how can anyone assume that you have made it far enough into the game to properly criticize it? I'll leave you with this thought. If you knew a movie reviewer who understood nothing about production or any of the behind-the-scenes things that are involved with making movies, would you take their opinion very seriously? Doesn't mean that they can't review movies, but do you think they will maintain a high level of credibility? Probably not. Well, 2 more things to add before this video concludes. The first one is, just after I finished this video, an article went up on theoutline.com claiming that Ian Miles Chong recruited the child from the video that was criticizing the Dean Takahashi Cuphead gameplay, recruited him. And maybe the father of the child put him up to the criticism in front of the camera. The second thing I wanted to point out is this video clip, which I'll include here, that shows a pigeon figuring out how to get past that puzzle in a better time than the gaming journalist. Interesting to keep in mind at the very least. So next time you see a video game review on GamesBeat, you might want to remember this video right here. If they say it was too difficult, or they say that they weren't able to make it very far, you should always remember the pigeon and the box.